All right, what is up, Generals? We are back with Ultimate General Civil War, and this is the J&P Rebalance Mod CSA Major General playthrough. I have been away from the computer for a little while, and I apologize for the delay in episodes, but you'll notice that we have continued to use test versions of the J&P mod. We're at 1.27 test 30. If you'll remember correctly, the last episode I was doing was on test build 8. So they have been putting a truly phenomenal amount of work into the new release of the mod. It's a very exciting update, and I've been testing mostly on the Union at Legendary difficulty, trying to make sure that that is the best it can be. So we're going to keep on playing with the test version of the mod, and that's going to be interesting, right, for how we approach the game, because some things are handled a bit differently. So we have Culp's Hill, and this is the last part of the second day of Gettysburg, and we're trying to go to day 3 and try and mostly win it there. It's 10:30 at night, and we have Union forces dug in on these trenches, or in these entrenchments here. If we take either of these flags, I think we win the battle. If we take both of them, we certainly do, and the battle ends here. So the Union no longer has a place where they can make their camp. We're not trying to do that in this battle, so I'm actually going to just more or less skim past this entire fight. I'm going to take up defensive positions, and I'm going to see if I can't get my batteries a little far forward. Who are you? You're a sharpshooter, but you're still a pretty good skirmisher. So we're going to see if we can't get our skirmishers there, the artillery in the fields right here, the supply wagon here to refill them. But we're going to predominantly just deploy our troops in a defensive posture, and we're going to let the night go by. We do not, I think, want to engage in a major attack on the Union position. This whole battle is basically a trap, in my opinion. Now, what I do want to do is deploy skirmishers forward to see if I can't get some scouting on these Union positions so I can bombard them over the night. And you can imagine in a historical situation that the Confederates would bombard the Union position in order to prevent them from feeling comfortable going to sleep or getting rest going into the next day. And that's essentially what I'm trying to accomplish here, is just whittle down the Union forces that are present. We already have a pretty good kind of read on what's going to be on the battlefield. I think we've got a pretty good number count for them, and we've done some really good damage in the first 2 days of fighting to the Union Army. And so I think now the goal is simply to whittle them away over the next couple hours and make sure that we don't come into too much damage. So this is going to be a twofer. I know I've been breaking up the Battle of Gettysburg into these sort of bite-sized chunks, trying to keep them around, let's say, 45 minutes or an hour, because I do kind of prefer the live recording. I think it's fun. But I'm also totally aware that this thing can get to be a 4 or 5 hour long slog, and that's really no fun for anybody to listen to. So we're going to mostly kind of zoom past. Yeah, here we go. All right, good. So I actually don't even want to go that far forward. I just want to stop right there and be unseen. And I think you guys are probably fine there to start whittling away at Wheeler's battery. And actually, let's see if I can really press my luck with some skirmishers from the Texas Grenadiers. So I suppose let's go ahead and use this as an opportunity to try and whittle down some of these batteries they've got. And this will actually be an opportunity for me as well to show off some of the cool mechanics that we're going to be able to take advantage of or have kind of hinder us heading into the rebalance, the new version of the rebalance. So you'll notice here that all of these units, as far as I can tell, have a question mark next to their manpower. And that's because I'm not close enough, and even though I've got several points in recon, I'm not close enough to get a good read on how many people are actually in these units. It's one of the reasons I feel like it would be a good idea to have the 18th Texas and their light company forward, because I'm not really willing to move up and engage with the sharpshooters. I don't want them to take casualties. But I figure we'll just keep on whittling away at the battery, and then we'll just go from there. And I don't expect they'll come out to attack me either. So let's see if we can't come up a little more. Nope. I said I don't think they'll attack me, and then here they are attacking me. So that's good to know. So yeah, we'll just keep on whittling away at these batteries, and we'll do whatever damage we do. And when it goes away, I'll know I've wiped the battery out. And as usual, I'm mostly concerned about killing cannon, and infantry, is like a thing we need to worry about. But largely, I'm not all that terrified of it. This is crazy. I don't understand what they're doing. I'm in trenches. I've got really great defensive terrain, and they're just attacking over the open. It's wild. All right, and these two batteries are also going to be in a pretty good place to do some ranged damage once they get posted. So this attack here is not going to really be terribly successful, I'd imagine. It'll inflict some damage. Oh, there we go. Great. So hopefully these guys will be able to stay down here and kind of keep whatever they're going on. No, they're going to take some fire. Okay. Yeah, so can you imagine trying to assault this? Because I don't think it would go well, guys. Let's see if I can't white shield these guys out of here. Nope. Not going to happen, I don't think. All right, it's very unfortunate, but I think I need to get these cats out of there. They're not doing anybody any good right there, and they're just getting dead for no reason. This works, though. The sharpshooters can at least keep pinging away at Coster. That is going to keep going. We'll just keep on wailing on the Iron Brigade from Wisconsin. What's also nifty is I don't have a great deal of visibility into the 3-star units or the 2s, how many stars they have until I get closer. So I can see, Coster's a 1-star unit, but I wouldn't have access to that information from further away. You see how I have no idea how many stars Ames or Smith or Gilsa has. And that's pretty cool. I think it certainly removes some information from the player, obviously, but I like it. I think it's a good way to pull some information that wouldn't be realistic to have for a field commander out of the hand of the player. And it forces you to do a little bit of recon to go dig up this information for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a Moscow Mule, and we'll press fast forward and kind of just zoom through this and see what damage we can do with our artillery while the time is there. But as you'll see, Wheeler's battery has been shelled, but they're not really all that concerned about it. And they're not taking crazy casualties. Neither, for that matter, is Ames. Every time. Oh, that's right. I had some detached skirmishers from the 34th Georgia I wanted to send out there. This is going fine. I don't have an issue with... okay, I guess they're blocked. All right. This exchange rate, as far as I'm concerned, is fine. Oh, shit. They can see them. Back it up, kids. Do they have any other light units? It's just that one. Oh, wait, no, who's this? Okay. Let's see what they can see. And then it's just the detached skirmishers, right? Okay, yeah. So they're acting as kind of forward observers, I guess. I mean, we really don't want to expose them to prolonged artillery fire. And so these batteries will just have to keep on shelling, and I'll not really have any great deal of... I don't really have any idea of how well I'm doing. Ooh, shit. We definitely don't want to make that crossing. All right. Back it up. Oh, they're in the trenches. Yeah, sure. Okay, we don't want to get up there. We'll just wail on the Iron Hand then, or Iron Brigade then. Oof. Yeah, those poor skirmishers. All right. Yeah, we definitely don't want to approach over there then. With regard to those skirmishers, it's been my experience that carbines have been given a bit of love numerically. So those skirmishers might be hitting harder, or they might have repeaters or something, which could be definitely a danger. Repeaters have continued to be the situation where you fire off the entire magazine before reloading. So you'll have 7 rounds, or you'll have 6 rounds, 5 rounds, whatever it is, and it can make carbine skirmishers really dangerous. They're a real glass cannon, but they'll punch way above their weight class in terms of raw damage. But you got to expose them to some fire in the process. All right, let's fast forward here. We'll work on aims, and we'll get them out of here. We'll just keep on shelling them. Oh, another attack. Interesting. All right. Let's get some guys in a flanker position, some supporting infantry in case they try and charge. But otherwise, I intend to let this time block go by. We'll just do what damage we can, get the kills we can, we'll move on. There's not really a good way to go into the offensive on this battle map. We can wear some things down and break some holes in some stuff, but beyond that, what are they going to expose themselves to in order to get into firing range? You can kind of like obliquely guess what kind of kills you're getting, but it's not very efficient by any stretch, as you can imagine. Suppose if you really wanted to attack this position, a concentrated push on Gilso's position, you could take up a position there with infantry, get some sort of close order artillery. You could do some damage that way, but I think it's probably just ill-advised in general. We'll just wear down Carroll. We've probably punched some holes over here. I am a little bit interested in you know, if I can create a hole in their left, but yeah, I don't know how much that's really worth anything. Their colonel has been killed. Oh, geez. All right, let's back it up. That's what you get when you play on a double fast forward. All right. Create kind of a no man's zone. Get them there. Nice. Yeah, they're leaving their defenses, which is a really weird. All they got to do is hold those flags, you know? All they got to do is just stay there and hold those flags. And they're going to get themselves just really in a bad place. Speaking of, those are not skirmishers armed with carbines. These guys have Enfields. I will be redesigning some of my units as we go into the remainder of the campaign. Some of my light infantry units will actually be upgrading or side grading to carbine weapons. Or if I have sufficient numbers of them, repeating rifles. I don't think that I do, but if I did. All right. So they're charging. The 44th is in trenches. It's going to be very hard for them to actually make, significant contact. What I'm now interested in trying to do is, can I countercharge? Can I kind of get these units to rout? and then get at them enough that we can try and scoop some of them up in a surrender or charge, surrender or shatter kind of situation. Because I mean, Carroll's obviously in a pretty bad place right now, and 44th is doing great. They're doing fantastic. Let's see if we can't kind of close the noose. They lost their lieutenant, colonel. I don't think we're going to get Carroll. He's too low. Even though he's at 0 morale right now, he's at 2. You got to inflict a lot of casualties for these units to like that happened. Okay, maybe I can get Carroll to do it too. That'd be quite nice. Notice he's shattered. He didn't surrender. This is a deliberate design decision, from my understanding. If they shatter in lieu of surrendering, those numbers go back into the Union force pool for. Oh, hey, we got we wiped out the Iron Brigade. All right, cool. Goes back into the Union force pool for later battles. Like I was mentioning before, what that will end up meaning, theoretically speaking, is that they're in the open. They're a far better target. Even though they're not as beaten down, we're looking to just degrade units here more than anything else. How interesting. So now they continue to be at 0 morale. Perhaps if I keep pushing. Nope. See, look at how quick that morale regenerates. So you really got to pounce. If you want to try and shatter or capture these units, you really got to engineer a situation where they feel very hopeless, which I like, versus what I saw at the day 2 of Gettysburg, where I'd shoot units with artillery and then they would just like call it from that situation. Lieutenant Colonel so-and-so. Oh, the battery commander. All right, nice. Oh, we're taking losses. All right, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, the brigade's still there. All right. Got it. Oh, I think they might have shattered too, or I just can't see them anymore. All right, cool. So we get these guys out of dodge. I think they're going to get themselves out of dodge, which is good. You can see how difficult this would be to attack. All right. Well, let's go ahead and... There's somebody else coming to play. Nice. Do they just want to trade shots? Or are they charging? Are they running back away again? I don't think they routed. Okay, well. Here they come again. Never mind. There he is. Yeah, darn. We're just not going to see. Okay, stay right there. Don't move. Keep on wailing on the Iron Brigade. Just there. We know they're a 3-star unit. And then we know they're small, so we'll be able to just blast them into smithereens theoretically and get rid of them that way. Molenberg is a better target because he's out in the open versus Wheeler, who's in the cover. Feeling pretty good about being able to resist charges over there. Major Vincent Baldwin, one of the battery commanders, I guess. Yeah, these attacks aren't getting anywhere. This is World War I trench warfare right now. Oh. Okay. Extremely expensive in terms of casualties to do any kind of offensive maneuver, short of doing what I'm doing and just bombarding them into oblivion. It's interesting. We're not even 1864 yet, and I'm already basically gone, full Verdun at this point. All right. So they're going to try and... No, they're not going to try and make contact anymore. Now they're trying to... Or are they going to charge? So, I don't know. They'll make contact. I don't have an issue with that. Let them. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. some interesting visual glitching when the units make contact with one another. I don't know if that's a trench thing or what. Yep, Iron Brigade's almost gone. They're doing a great job holding out, though. I'm really not that surprised to see them sticking it out. Jesus, what's that over there? Something right here. Another brigade. Let's back it up. I don't want to be trading fire. I want them to have to enter the river if they want to get at me. But this is great. We're just whittling Carroll down. These units they're taking losses. We're totally fighting, but we're really giving worse than we get. So as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. This crossing this creek here when they want to engage me is just nuts. Let's see if I can't get one more brigade on there. Yeah, I can mostly get 3. It's weird that he goes invisible like that for a bit. It's not like he's not there. Just come on, just a little bit deeper. Come into the creek. Come into the creek. We can have a firefight there if you want. That sounds fun. But I don't want to trade fire with you over the river. Yeah, that's probably an okay spot. These guys are trading very well. Yeah, they're trading fine. It's going okay. Pretty boring. I realize that. I apologize. But this is just a murder. This is just a trap. This whole battle seems like a trap. All right. Let's see, did we actually get him, or did I just not see him anymore? Nope. They're here. They're still here. Son of a bitch. All right. Whatever. We'll get them tomorrow. We're just smashing the crap out of these units. It's great. Not much left. Let's go to the good part of it. Let's go to day 3. Day 3 is where it's at. Yep, whatever. Proceed to the next day. All right. Battle of Gettysburg, 3 July 1863. The Federals still hold their ground. That was not expected. I mean, that's historically what happened. This morning, our troops have the strength to attack Culp's Hill one more time. We could end the battle if we take it. Now, I don't know if there actually is a fourth day. I wonder if this is it, like if I have to win it here or that's all she wrote. I also have a strong suspicion they've got more than 8,000 soldiers, so I don't know how accurate this is. But this is probably just the troops that are, currently present. They've got Spencers, that's always good. So 2 brigades of infantry with Spencers, always a good thing. Springfield 61, and more Spencers. Good to know. All right, let's do it. I have only done a little bit of research about what day 3 looks like. So I'm actually going into this one kind of blind. May receive another attack this morning. If you think that's not practical to assault here anymore, you may withdraw. And in about an hour or so, we can prepare for our next moves. Interesting. Good to know. Well, okay, there's no one here. Oh, I see. That's where the 8,000 comes from. Okay, well, yeah, this does look... I mean, I have troops immediately in contact. They're just dropping us straight troops into contact right away. So let's get in there, I guess. Certainly start putting rounds on that battery. First things first as far as that's concerned. Get them white shielded or worn down. want to take... What's this? No. Well, I don't care about them. They can just stay there as far as I'm concerned. There are units in the trenches in the inner, but it doesn't appear as if the outer ring is currently occupied. So we just hit this from enough different sides, and I think we should be okay. Especially if we can de-gun them. That's usually a big first step. But occupying all of this defensive terrain would be great. I don't know when and how this battle expands. Okay, so we got a 3-star brigade, but it's small. And then a bigger 1-star brigade. All right, good to know, good to know. Skirmishers are doing great here. There's another brigade here. Another bigger 1-star brigade. All right, so pretty big. But this accounts for most of the troops. That accounts for, I'm assuming that's 1,800 or so. That accounts for the soldiers. So there shouldn't be any more big surprises. And I'm feeling pretty good about this. The numbers are, we have enough different brigades at this point that I feel pretty good about an attack. And we'll just do this. We'll just, honestly, it sounds silly, but we'll just send them in and see where things start shaking out. I'm particularly worried about hitting Cutler in the front, so I want to make sure we try and get him from the side. I'm not all that worried about Green or Candy. Especially because we can flank Cutler here. And like I said, just hit them from enough sides that they have to kind of react. All right, we'll get Fiasco in there, spreading his morale. The order has been given. Let's just let it play out. See if I need to do any micro, but I don't think I should. Yeah, it's a good little defensive bastion he's got going on there for sure. Green is holding on quite doggedly. Credit where it's due. He needs to realize he's been kind of outrun, but sure. That's the hill, though. Yep, of course Lockwood wants to come get some. Sure. Yeah, actually, that would be a great trench right now for just shutting Ruger down. All right, yeah. I mean, when you outnumber them by that much, it's kind of hard not to take the territory. It's just they don't have enough kind of actions to respond. Okay. Mostly it convinced them to leave the hill alone, I think. We've made it, unprofitable for them to attack it. I hope that this doesn't end the battle here. Okay. Got it. So they're going to keep coming. Good to know. Let them come, I guess. Let's see what happens in 2 minutes. We have one more chance. All right, good. So there's more battle because I was hoping that wouldn't be it. I wanted to get to Pickett's charge. Because I believe I'll be doing it with Lee, who hasn't actually arrived yet. Or I don't remember how this is going to work, but should be fun. I feel like... Oh, okay, so we're not going to be able to use all of our brigades. I see. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. This is the sort of the last hoorah. Gentlemen must use artillery to soften their defenses along Cemetery Hill. Cemetery Hill is still guarded by Howard's 11th Corps, which had many losses on the first day. And this hill is so highly fortified that it is not advised to attack here. Sure, makes sense. Cemetery Ridge is defended mainly by Hancock's 2nd Corps. This section of Cemetery Ridge provides significant protection because of a stone wall. Oh, dude, trenches, what do you know? The angle of the stone wall appears to be a weak point. Oh, you mean right there? Sure. Because from there, the altitude decreases southward. Okay, sure. Southern section of the ridge is full of open ground and can be a death trap for our infantry. Yep, that makes sense. Protect our headquarters if we want to keep our position in Gettysburg. However, the Yankees are not expected to have the courage to attack. General, we should claim victory if our charge is successful. Yeah, I mean, with the numbers, I imagine it will be too. So there's that to consider. All right, so this is sort of the full payoff. This is what we've been kind of waiting for. And it does appear like they are kind of spread out. Look at, there's artillery, but no visible infantry. So that means that we could take this territory and just roll them up this way into the town, which would not be a terrible way to play this. The alternative would be what? Attacking with this sort of brunt of troops and pushing south. I could see that too. I do not think that we will be sort of reinventing Pickett's charge and advancing across the open terrain. Didn't work historically for a lot of good reasons. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and scan. Yep, let's use our scouts and check out what's going on. But we're going to get our troops into position. To attack along the south here. And if it all works out, great. Actually, what are you? You're a 20-pounder. Just get right into, just get as close as you can. That's good enough. All right. You're fine there. Okay. We've got batteries there that can't reach, so let's advance them. Let's advance you there. And then the batteries can come right here and start just blasting away. That should be mostly in range. We'll get some infantry up to defend if need be. Oh, there are repeater units too, which is great. They're good for like defensive work. This is our headquarters, so we need to hold on to it. Absolutely atrocious. No way. Although, I could see an argument for skirmishers. And then a bunch of these troops, I guess they're going to serve as a bulwark to our north. Yeah, because there's not really any need, I don't think. I feel like this stuff can hold the town relatively easily. They'll serve as a backstop there. You guys can backstop that. You guys can backstop that. I don't really have any great interest in trying to attack this directly. That seems like a mistake. So Fiasco's troops will sort of cede their supply wagon over to Johnston's troops, and we need to get these cannons in a place where they're going to be useful, which will be here. That seems like an okay place for them, as they can probably shoot ransom from that field. And then Johnston's troops, I got to start figuring out what I want to do with them. All right, let's get moving, figure out what's going on, because there's something here that I can't see what it is. Right about there. This is going to be fun, guys, and all the videos that we've been doing up until now with regard to this battle have basically been leading up to this moment. All right, so there's Plumer's brigade pulling out, it looks like, of the region. I have snipers down here, don't I? Maybe I don't. But if this really is just artillery, that's a great angle to attack from. The rest of this stuff, we can soften them up. All right, great. So the Grenzers can stand there and just scout. And they're not going to get a lot of stats that way, which is sort of annoying, but they'll do the job. Our north is looking fine. Is there counter battery on this unit that I'm seeing? It looks like yes. Yeah, it looks like there is some counter battery on the 20-pounder Parrots, which I do not like for a lot of probably obvious reasons. Okay. Let's see if it's clear to go on the offensive. And then what I need to do is I need to get all of these guns to just focus on Arnold's battery, because we just lost our brigadier general. I don't know if that was a division commander. I don't know. So far, it's looking good, lads. Okay. Yeah, if this is looking... If this really ends up being this clear... Whoa, geez. Hold up. All right, so everything over here that has range needs to focus on Arnold's battery. Yeah. Okay, so we're clear. We're clear to do this. That's pretty exciting, actually. We might want to think about pulling back, actually. This is too far forward. Oh, my word, yeah. Oh, no, this is a different battery. Okay. Woo! God, real nervous. No, okay. That's probably going to be okay. I mean, yeah, that's a 3-star artillery unit at point blank with canister. Sure, that's going to hurt. But that means they're reloading. Get in there. No, we need to back up. This isn't working. Okay, and charge. Wounded their colonel, light colonel. Come on. Colonel Gary Watson. Yep, sure. Our artillery arm is getting reamed back there, which is not great. All right, ignore the woods. You don't need to worry about the woods anymore. What did he have? James's. Good to know. He's only a 1-star unit by comparison. These guys are pretty tired, so I don't want to get them too much into, you know, all of that melee stuff, if they can avoid it. But these units are basically already, yeah, they're already routing, so just kidding. I do, in fact, want to get them into melee just to make use of the fact that the morale's already that low. And then I need to get these guys back and rest it up. Although the light infantry has continued to be just some of the best performers on a man-to-man basis. They continue to really, I don't want to say exceed expectations because I have high opinions of them, but they continue to be just phenomenal. Although this is playing with fire because these guys are right there. In fact, two on one, we outnumber them, should be okay. Three on one. I don't know if that makes too much of a difference, honestly, but, you know, whatever. Every little bit, right? Wow, that brigade does not care. All right, man. Just keep on doing it. Go deeper into the fucking flying column. Let me know when you're done shattering. That's very impressive. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. That's very interesting that we can like occupy trenches right next to them or interspersed with their own line. Interesting. They're awful trenches though. Look at that. 25% cover bonus and a 20% projectile resistance. Absolutely garbage. All right, I have too much infantry up here, I think. So we're going to go ahead and redeploy. Well, we're not going to be dumb about it. You and you. And you, and you. I'll go there. We'll avoid walking in the woods as much as practical. And then I guess we'll allow our dudes to get consolidated. They're going to try and attack with Gilsa, it looks like. And maybe Plumber again. And what I'm thinking about doing is I want to hit Webb and Brook at the same time from this attack force, and then I want to use the 5 brigades I've got marching down here, which I should have had them start moving a minute ago. But I want to hit that force at the same time. God dang it, man. Yeah, it does seem unlikely that the Union will be able to attack, in fairness. Oh, what? They're getting reinforcements, I guess? Bullshit. If an infantry brigade appears out of there, I'm going to be real salty. Oh, but another battery did. Oh, great. Good to know. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Wow. That wasn't expected. It's not like I have cavalry. Oh, my God. Another battery? Oh, boy. I'm not even trying to spawn camp. Holy shit. No, you focus on them. No, sorry. You're good. You. Oh, my God. You. I'm not even trying to spawn camp. All right, great. So we got another one. That's good, I guess. Oh, God. Okay. Tell me they don't get more infantry right behind them, because if they do, this is going to get real bad. It's already bad that they're getting all this cannon. Honestly, it's already awful. That I ended up being right here in the first place mostly works out, but oh, geez, like that wasn't really intentional. All right, somebody else surrendered, not that it'll matter. All right, go. Okay, so I mean, that's not awful, right? We're getting a bunch of James guns, which is never a bad thing, but there's almost certainly going to be infantry following that little task force of theirs. One would imagine. Well, that was interesting, let's say. All right, we need to get on the next part of this plan. I'm glad I didn't rush that more, because I think if they'd showed up and I was out of position, that would have really sucked. All right, let's put the 1-star unit as the closest unit, so the artillery kind of shoots that instead, and then we'll go from there. Here comes Gilsa and Plumer again for another go. Plumer's got to have melee perks too, because that dude seemed to not give two flying fucks about anything when I attacked. It was pretty impressive, actually, I got to say. All right, 41st Texas, follow up on 46th. Get the 4th in there. You're 2 stacked up. There you go. That should be fine. Now I'm starting to worry about if they get more reinforcements from along this road, which I imagine they will at some juncture. All right, you guys are all rested, which is good, because I'm going to need you to pretty much immediately go into the attack. Why? Why? No, just go in the exact same arrangement you're currently in. Change nothing. You were fine. Bonkers, man. All right. Here goes. The die is cast. Doing good, lads. Doing good. Keep it up. Got to be able to follow up this attack. Keep the momentum going. We've wrapped their south. It's only a matter of time now. Yeah, be gone, Arnold. Tired of your crap. Please shatter. Well, really, please surrender, but that's not likely to occur. So I will take instead what I can get. No need to run anymore, lads. You've all done your job. Follow up the attack with reserves. Okay. Obviously, I'm mostly worried about what's going to go on here at the headquarters, but I think I can probably try and damage this force and then take up defensive positions here and here, and kind of like an aggressive bunker. And maybe use these troops to attack directly while everything else attacks from the south. Not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I mean, none of this stuff is good. These are all awful trenches. Oh, darn it. They did. Okay, well, that's very, very, very unfortunate. Okay, well, shit is kind of all I can say about that. Oh, poppycock. Great. So we've driven a wedge in the Union formations, and now we need to... Oh, it's a 3-star unit, too. Of course it is. I don't know how sustainable it is to break the attack at this point, with a new brigade and some more artillery, if you can believe it, entering the field. Admittedly, we're shooting it from enough sides that hopefully it'll kind of decide not to do the thing anymore. But you can't really be sure. Yeah, because that's going to happen. Fall back, fall back. Okay, what do I do here? I think we need to keep the attack up. But we need to keep more troops coming in over here to sort of bastion or hold this down. But we definitely don't want to lose this momentum. We got a good thing going. I think we need to commit the repeater reservists. Call in the old guard. That's just terrible. Oh, this is terrible too, though. Oh, I wasn't even trying to spawn camp. Gilsa, get out of here, dude. God damn, man. You are holding this whole thing up all by yourself, which, you know, you'll get a medal for when this is all over with, I suppose. something something heroism, something something Call of Duty. You know, the award will look like that. Callous disregard for his own, safety or something, and then furtherance of the mission, above and beyond the Call of Duty. All right, you're in like garbage cover, but Lee, get over there. Okay, we need to just kick him out of there. Wait, are these okay? Are these actually all right? Why does it read awful? Look at this. Are these actually fine? Because that changes a lot of things if those trenches are actually okay. Just everyone shattering. Holy shit. Hey, we got some supplies. Just go over here to, surrender corner. Nice. All right, I guess we leave some troops here to defend this, because that makes sense. Let's take those guys and put them on the attack, because some of these brigades are pretty beleaguered, and I think it's inappropriate to keep using them for the offensive when they're... God! How are you? How? Okay, sure. Okay, well, these being okay trenches is very interesting kind of a development. Okay, let's push them up there, I think, is fine. And now we can move these units up to where I'd originally wanted them, which was a mistake, considering the losses they've taken, but... All right. What do we got going on here, lads? We got losses aplenty. No, we don't care about him. Nor him. Okay, I get it. You were down there. That makes sense. We need you up here supporting the attack. Yeah, getting them out of here is going to be a bitch. Yeesh. A big part of it is the artillery's not in place yet. All right, we'll get the repeaters online, and they'll start hopefully kind of reaping a toll. In particular, I need them to get these units out of their respective trenches. Yeah, wow. Look at them come online. The old guard coming in. Lads, do not sleep on Spencer repeaters. These things in the right hands are the thing that will blast open an entire trench or an entire front line. All right, get ready to advance. There. Fresh brigades. Fresh big brigades. All right, second verse, same as the first, lads. Let's get someone beefy to handle the front line. Yep, they'll do it. We set up here, we grind for a bit, we blast away, sandpaper off the bottom edges of this army. They're going to keep attacking. That's reasonable, and they should do that. That's appropriate in my mind that they would. What we need to do is keep on making it, you know, inadvisable for them to do that. just expensive and give them no room to maneuver. And Lee is up in the shit, and we are causing all kinds of trauma. And then essentially this is our new line for a bit. We're going to work on blasting them away because we know they're going to keep coming and attacking. We have these guys who are just my absolute monster units. The repeaters are very expensive and hard to replace, so I'm babying the crap out of them. But you saw earlier when they got online, the two of them just cleared this shit out. So do not sleep on repeating weapons, kids. They are so good. They are, I mean, they're a game changer. Oh, you know what? There's only 1,200 guys in that brigade. Let's let them be a follow-on unit, or a reserve unit, I mean. All right, let's get all of our artillery on Willard. We do not want to be trading fire. With units in the wood. We want them to get out of the wood, so we can be making more efficient trades. More efficiently spend, Confederate ammunition and lives rather than standing against 1-star infantry in the woods when there are 3-star units in the open to be shot at. You'll notice as well, I don't know if you'll notice, it's not really obvious in a gameplay perspective, but when their morale is this low, they're also less effective per volley. Which is, I think, pretty cool. Keep a narrow frontage. It sounds weird, but in this instance, I think it's actually a good thing. All right, Willard's backing up. Fuller is struggling to get rolling, which is fine. Let's get all of the artillery again on now Brown. Because he's the next most lethal target. All right, we're not going to advance just yet. We're creating a zone of exclusion, saying, hey, you can't have this. We don't want to keep grinding our front line against their front line. We're just going to take atrocious losses. And I think at this point, we've got to think about condition starting to become a problem. The units have been fighting for a hot minute. They're starting to get tired. For the most part, we're okay, looks like. But we don't want to push it. Yeah, we're starting to wear down Brown, which is good, grinding him away. And this is nice because they're advancing into the trenches, which means our guys are already in position. They're already fresh. They're already loaded. They're already ready to go. Not much more Brown left. Then on to Ransom. Let's get them a supply wagon. Where are all my supply wagons? One's just wasting its time, not being useful at all. Every artillery park can have its own supply wagon, I feel. What a lovely, grindy fight. Man, they are putting up a really great fight. They're making me work for it. It is a tough battle. Given everything that happened down here, I'm not actually certain this was the appropriate angle upon which to select to make an attack. But I mean, I'm okay with how it all went down. So, I'll take it, I guess. Nice. Doing good, doing good. All right, who is the least numbers? Definitely let's get you out of here. You're just going to guard the southern approach as well. You've certainly put your time in the barrel. Let's get you back. Let's get you up on the line. You can step back as well. So resistance was pretty dogged, kicking them out of this position. But now that we're online, we are still definitely fighting. Don't get me wrong. We're a ways away from this being anything approaching safe. But their ability to kind of launch into an attack is starting to degrade pretty rapidly. Especially as we start to strip them of their artillery, especially ransom. 3-star units like that are really dangerous. 3-star anything in this game, obviously dangerous, but artillery in particular, very, very dangerous. We're up to an hour and a half, huh? Okay. Oh, that's fine. I have a suspicion this should be the end of the battle, probably. So we'll get these guys into some good cover. Once I'm sure the artillery's gone, and probably once Fuller's been ground down a little more, I might be comfortable going on. Oh, we need to get you. Didn't I say I was going to have you or somebody else? You too, though. You're also getting retired from the main fight. Yeah, I want to grind Fuller down a bit. So both artilleries appear to be gone. We now have complete cannon dominance. Yep, complete cannon dominance. We've lost 11 guns, or no, 14 guns. So it's been not a casualty-less fight. This is one of the things that I don't really know if this is for sure. Actually, something you can attribute to the newer versions of the UI mod or Rebel mod or what it is, but man, the aggression is so good, and they put up such a great fight. They really work at it, and they grind it out, man. They don't roll over. All right, now the cannons can operate with relative impunity. It's not like the most efficient target for those kinds of batteries, but F it. I want them on Fuller. I want that 3-star unit gone. Let's get the repeaters in there again. And then I'll put the 16th Tennessee will be right there, and then the 9th Virginia, I'll put them right there, and they should have just a Reaper's position. And from there, these guys can actually be the anchor, and then this stuff will be the things that crash down on the Union position. Love these units, man. Got to get my hands on every single. I think a strong recommendation to you playing as you go forward into the new test version. Get your hands on literally every single repeater you can get your hands on. Like if it came down to can you get a repeater or can you get a scoped Whitworth, I would get the repeater. That's how good they are. So you're not going to see that it's reloading here. The game actually keeps track of how many rounds are in the magazine. And what was that? The snipers? Who got them to... They just routed on their own. Okay. It's not much army left, lads. Not much army left. Really great fight. I have definitely taken some bruisings. My units are for sure worse for wear, but man, what a fun fight this has been. Let's try 48th North Carolina versus Fuller in the open. How's that go? Who wins that fight? No, actually, they're fine there. One thing with repeaters you got to be careful of, though, is that because they fire off their whole magazine, you got to make sure they're in cover before they fire anything, or they're just going to stand there in the open and get reamed on return fire. I am not normally one who shies away from taking losses. I will accept a lower KD ratio than a lot of players on a lot of these battles. But with the repeater units, you notice I am babying them quite a bit. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the guns are pretty rare and they have just a hugely outsized battlefield impact compared to lesser or different weapons. Using an old MJ&G, huh? Interesting. This won't be good, but it closes off that angle of attack at least. All right. Let's get you up there. We're getting ready, I think, to move these guys into a blocking position. Let's put you there. Let's end this Fuller nonsense. It's been repeating too often. All right. Nope, that didn't work. No, I'm not kidding though. Like I've really had a great time. fighting this whole thing out. It has been a grindy affair. Let's watch what the repeaters can do. They're not getting like crazy kills per volley, but the thing is they just don't fucking let up. And that is what's incredible about them. It's not really the kills per volley, because you'll get better in other weapon systems, but the fact that they just do not quit, it's so good. Okay. Kind of gotta like watch this. Like, when's the time to launch the attack? It's coming. I'd say it's probably come. It's now. The time is now. You know, for as bloody as the army has been, I think I'm just ecstatic with the way it's performed. They've been fighting, you know, just sometimes in the open. I've been trying to avoid that, you know, as all possible. But sometimes they've had to fight in the open, and they've still done great. I mismanaged the artillery in the opening part of the battle. I took a lot of losses I didn't need to on some of these batteries, so that'll be fun to replace and rebuild. But you know what? They still did fantastic. And you go, guys, the Battle of Gettysburg was a lot of fun. This is the thing that I've been kind of missing, is these open field battles. And this is, you know, the king of that. Just a really great experience. You know, kind of grindy. I know I've been away from the computer for a bit, but a really great fight all the same. And some truths that we used to know about the Rebal mod have been upended with the new version, which is a good thing. You know, they're continuously trying to shake up the meta. If the meta doesn't make a lot of sense or doesn't adhere to history, some really cool changes that strongly, you know, incline the player to look or act more historically or utilize combined arms. These are things that I very much think are good for the game. The boon to be very easy to read, the boon that carbines have received as some sort of negative. There, that's my sign. That's what I was looking for. It'd be very easy to look at that as some sort of like, you know, oh, carbines are the new meta and whatever. But I think the fact that they kind of, you have to risk a little bit of time being in range of the enemy where you're not in range yourself. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay, sure. That is, I think it's a really cool, like, risk reward kind of mechanic, is you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. All right, so they don't do any work if you keep them safe. You have to expose them to the risk, but if you do, they get in there and they punch just way above their weight class. And it's awesome in that regard. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap them up. Don't give them a chance to rally. witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station. The offensive power of these repeater units is just awe-inspiring. It's jaw-dropping, and it fundamentally alters how I think about going on the offensive. These guys are like a heavy machine gun unit. When you deploy them, they do take some work to get in a position, but when you get them there, they just don't quit. They put out an amount of firepower that is frankly, just disturbing. In a very good way. It makes it very hard to seriously consider challenging them once they're in position. But again, they're fragile and the guns are expensive and rare. So you can't really have whole, core with this gun, but you can certainly have maybe a division or a couple of brigades spread out amongst your corps or whatever. I have my guys kind of collapsed together into sort of an old guard to create this kind of focused Schwerpunkt. These guys are my main battle tank. These are my panzers because they punch so hard. And they just push through and create breakthroughs, wherever they are. They're gonna make contact, I'm sure of it. Yep, that's fine. You see their army just kind of slowly come apart. The whole thing falls to pieces at a certain juncture. And, now one of the really great things about this test version of the mod, instead of just standing there letting you slaughter them, they surrender or shatter much quicker. And that has the potential of pulling those men back into the recruit pool. It's not really potential. That's exactly what it will do if they shatter. All right, nice. And come on. That one too. Nice. And now they're just done. And again, the repeater units have just really blown me away on how effective they are and how important it will be to keep them safe. Kurzanowski. And Schimmelfennig. Great. Good pickups, guys. All right, now let's let this Gilsa here. Come on, dude. Jesus H. We failed in the Union. I mean, we captured all 4 objectives. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess we're going to day 4. Okay. What are they going to attack with? I mean, I guess stuff. Okay. I guess we're doing this, huh? Our headquarters on Cemetery Ridge must be protected. That sounds like a thing that we can do. What are they gonna... What? Okay. Sure. Let's do this. What is even going on right now? Oh, this almost feels sad. All right. Is this like sometimes you fight Shiloh and so they have how many on the field right now? 3,600. This is probably just these two units, so that's it. So it's kind of like when you fight Shiloh and then you wreck the Union or the Confederacy on day, I guess, 1 when you're defending Pittsburgh Landing, but then you go to battle the day 2 of the battle and there's like no point because there's no one there, which doesn't happen so much in the Rebel, but could feasibly happen. All right, well, so sure, I guess we failed. I'm not really entirely certain how that happened, but all right, sounds good. All right, so what points do I care about? I guess just this one? No, that one. So there's 3, 4. Okay, the same points as last time. The map's just bigger. Got it. Okay. Let me see. What's good terrain to hold? God, poor Grant. I don't care about any of this stuff, but I don't want them... I think that actually is okay terrain to fight over. So you leave your skirmishers there. You deploy troops in the woods as a support. You go forward. All right, so if they do try and attack, they're not going to have any good terrain to do it over. This is fine. So confused. Who's even attacking? Where's the attack coming from? Is there an attack? I feel like Confederate unit commanders are going to be like, you told me there was going to be a fight. Oh, Grant's like already just out. He's just like, I'm out. This isn't a thing I want to do anymore. I want to go home. Neil's more invested, though. Neil wants to throw down. Oh, did they now? Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for him. With like what? Like 5 guys? There's like a sneaky guy playing scout. Pair dropped in. All right, long rifles. Go evaporate Neil really quick. Okay, never mind. There you go. We won. Oh, good. All right, 17,000. That's like high. That's high. Yeah, definitely. 131 thou was their starting strength. It's quite a bit higher than the historical. Shit, that's pretty good though. Yeah. Decent cavalry. We got most of the guns. Not all of them though. We did lose 15 of our own guns. It's no good. Goals, whatever. It's so weird. Gettysburg is a kind of a mess. I'm sure this is going to be a bitch to clean up. A bunch. Wow. Did anyone die? Whoa, look at that. No dead officers. Well, wait a second. No, we lost a couple on the first day that I replaced. All right, cool. So we got enough Jameses to replace whatever I lost. I don't care about 24-pound howitzer. I am pissy that I lost a couple of 20-pound Parrots. That sucks. But we picked up a Siege and a Whitworth, which is never a bad thing, so that's okay. The Jocelyn rifle. What the hell is this? First mass-produced breech-loading rifle at the Springfield Armory. Blah, blah, blah. Cool, I guess. Sure. Sounds good. Oh, sweet. We picked up enough Parrots to replace whatever I lost. Super. More Oh, no. Everything I was saying about not having enough Spencers, I think you can largely... Oh, dear. Ooh, we can give it a carbine version. Cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. Tarpley, Lorenz, bunch of good shit. Some Blakeleys. Yeah. Okay. So, hey guys, Gettysburg was a real fun fight. Just a slog. 17,000 casualties is definitely high. But, I think it was a fun fight, and I'm glad we drug this thing out. A Roll of Honor medal. Super. Didn't quite get enough men to replace our losses, but we're not really terribly concerned about growing the army much larger, so that's fine by me. Plenty enough money, though. We're doing great on cash. And then all those prisoners are exchanged for a bunch of recruits, plus a bunch of rep, which can be used for the Richmond rifles. Pretty good. I actually quite like the Enfield. 1,000 more of them seems good to me. I'll figure that out off screen, so to speak. So here's where we're at. I still don't feel like I want to finish out AO. AO is fine as far as I'm concerned. I'm addicted hardcore to recon, but I'm also very attracted to training right now. We've got enough money and enough men, but I'm having to shell out a lot of cash to refill veteran units. And I think, to me, actually, as I'm talking to you guys right now, recon was never really a major problem. I'm going to put more points into training. Plus 16 recruit stats across the board, plus 8 minimum replacement officer XP. Cool. Yeah. I think, actually, this is going to sound crazy, but I think we're going to push for 10 training. I'm going to push for 10 training. Econ, medicine, 10, both great. Means our casualties aren't actually as bad as I was expecting them to be. But 10 training is great. What's that going to be for our recruits? I don't know if that really applies here at this point or not, but how are we doing on officers? We have a great bench. Oh, James Archer's off the bench. So I can't actually buy Spencers. So the Spencers you got to find off the ground. Is a Henry a repeater? Oh, so we can buy Henrys as well. There's 16 shooters. Holy crap! Wow, but they're mega expensive. But 30,000 is probably worth it to pick some of them up and make like maybe a very small brigade or something. What is this Jocelyn rifle? First mass-produced breech loading. Is this replacing the 63? No, it's not. I don't know. Whatever. There's a new rifle that it's either new and I never noticed it before, or it's just been here the entire time and I'm just now noticing it. But all right, hey, let's go ahead and get all 117 of those. We got plenty of scope Whitworths. That's good. Cav weapons just out the wazoo, and artillery. We're going to need to do a lot of reconstruction on just everything, really. The brigades here have been battered, beaten, and bruised. 15th Artillery picked up their second star. So cover and canister, not for a 20-pound parrot. Accuracy and spotting is certainly good, but the spotting on the artillery is so low anyway. Shot shell damage plus stealth. That seems good for a parrot unit. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, wow. They didn't take any losses? That's wild. Blakely's, 2-star. Blakely's, probably the same deal for them. Shot, shell, and stealth. I like accuracy generally. I just don't think that I worry too terribly much about spotting for the artillery. Spotting isn't really a thing that I think they need to be worrying about too much themselves. So, take that, I guess, with a grain of salt. All right. So Fiasco's Corps didn't get hit all that hard, it looks like. Lee's Corps definitely got some pretty significant losses at Gettysburg. That's rough. Thank God we found a siege to replace that last gun, because you don't get sieges as a Confederate player. Like, this is it. So when did I go with them? Shot shell plus range, shot shell plus stealth, and then for the siege here, increased reload time but increased effective range, or decrease. Oh yeah, absolutely. I want that siege firing as often as possible. Okay. Yep, the militia picked up their first star. Great, good for them. Johnston. Oh, another unit picks up its third star. Same deal, though. I like rate of fire. I think the extra range is really cool. on some of these units, especially like a Whitworth or a 20-pound Parrott. It lets them just capitalize on the fact that they have the longest range in the game, and they can exist as just a completely counter battery unit. But rapid fire is really a great perk on these general purpose artillery pieces. Okay, cool. You had a rough go of it. Okay, get you back up to full strength. Apparently Angel is not up to the task of leading this unit. I'll clean up the army off screen. What do we have coming up? All right, so we currently regrouping our forces after Gettysburg. Yeah, that was a great battle for us. Blah, blah, blah. 46,000. Transfer from our Central State Corps. Our strength is that. Are they just like, they're not crack troops, but they're not like green, so they're 1-star probably. Interestingly, they've had to transfer so many troops from the central states or the western theaters that I would imagine the Confederacy is running rampant in the plain states. So the next coming up battle is Chickamauga. We only have the siege of Jackson left, which if I'm not mistaken is a defensive battle. Yeah, okay. Cool. So we'll go ahead and build up a corps to fight that out, and we'll see you in the next one. But this is Fiasco. I had a hell of a time fighting this battle out, and I hope you guys have come along and enjoyed the journey. And please feel free to leave some comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Fiasco saying I'll see you on the field. Ciao.